So you'd rather steal?
They don't miss that stuff. They rip off everybody every day.
Jill, I didn't come here to preach to you. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah, everything everyone else does is right and everything I do is wrong. Tell me about it.
I think we all go through periods of feeling like that. But if that attitude persists, then we're in real trouble. Soon our consciences are dulled, and we don't feel guilty about anything we do.
The only thing I did wrong was get adopted by a mother who was poor.
I didn't know you were adopted.
Well, now you even have another reason to pity me. My own mother didn't want me, and I got adopted by one who couldn't afford me, and who didn't care.
I called that one the Elliot smash hit. That fake goody two-shoes wasn't getting away with what she did to me. She wasn't worth the time I spent thinking about her.
The fidelity is marvelous. Nancy, you're a genius.
Thank you. Well, it all went smoothly enough, and Miriam helped.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised she really carried off quite a performance.
Yeah, she's really coming around these days. She's really changing with my help.
And will you please forgive me for ever doubting your relationship with Mem?
Well, getting rid of Norm Elliott should be further proof of my good intentions. Meanwhile, why don't you take this to the police?
I don't think so.
Well, I don't understand, but didn't you want... Oh, blackmail, right? You know, I had considered that, actually. We could...
No, Nancy. Actually, prison is the only way that we're ever going to be free of Norman Elliott. But I think you should be the one to take the evidence to the police.
Me? But, you know, with my reputation lately?
All the more reason you've turned over a new leaf. You take that tape to Sergeant Brubaker with an apology for all the trouble you've caused. And that you hope by cooperating in the conviction of a felon that will represent restitution for any previous misunderstandings.
Yes. Oh, I like it. Then, with Laurie being my niece and all, it...
Hmm?
But, you know, Brubaker's really sharp. Suppose he asked me why, how would I know that Norm ran them off the
Simple,
road?
tell the truth. Tell him that I suspected Elliot, but because of all the things that were happening, I simply forgot it until we talked about it last night, and then you fill in the rest.
By the time I'm done, the good sergeant will be nominating me for Citizen of the Year.
Oh, and listen, tell him not to include me officially on the record. Possibly bad for business. I think the tape will be plenty. Wait a minute. Isn't it against the law to purposely entrap somebody in a taped confession?
Charles, you underestimate me. I asked Miriam to make sure that she gets Norm to bring up the subject. So he can't plead entrapment, only stupidity.
Beauty and brains.
Liz, come on in.
Thanks. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, you're always welcome. I was just busy dusting, but I can do that anytime. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Oh, no thanks. I can't stay long. I asked Jeff to pick me up when he leaves Jenny off at school.
What is it, Liz?
I'm concerned about the situation with Jill. I've tried, Terry. I really have. Why am I telling you what you already know? Jill won't have anything to do with me.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself. I think Jill cares for you more than you think.
Well, you should have been there when we visited her in jail. She was so bitter toward us. She even said that she'd rather be in jail than living with us.
Oh, you know she didn't mean it.
Do I? I don't know how to reach her, Terry. Jeff and I would like to get her out of jail, but she'd probably jump bail and leave the state.
Yeah, I thought of that too. Jail may be the best place for Jill until she cools off or comes to her senses.
Would you talk to her?
Well, you're really closer to her, Liz.
You've got to be kidding. At least she listens to you. Maybe you could get through to her.
Jill thinks of me as a friend, someone to complain about you to. You took her in.
You don't want to talk to her.
No, I didn't say that. Maybe Jill resents the fact that you've helped her, but deep inside, you're her mother image, the one who sheltered her, her guardian. I don't want to infringe on your position.
Well, you wouldn't, because I'm asking you to talk to her. I know that Jill's attitudes and actions upset me, especially where Jenny's concerned. But I do care what happens to her, and someone has to reach her.
All right, Liz. I'll talk to her.
Thanks.
But Liz, I won't come between you two or try to fill the role Jill needs you to fill.
What do you mean?
I'm her friend, not her guardian. I won't cut corners with her. If she's not sorry for what she's done, then there's nothing I can do.
I understand.
Oh, and Liz, you've got to promise me something. That you'll try to fill the gap between you and Jill soon.
You giving up knocking altogether, Vince?
Sorry, son. I'll leave and do it right next time.
Oh, babe. Oh, I missed you.
Oh, me too.
You too. You missed you too, huh? Why don't you give me a buzz? Let me know you're coming.
Because I wanted to surprise you.
Like you did when you left?
Well, hopefully this is a better surprise.
Much better. But why split without telling me? I mean, you had to know the night before.
Russ, I'm sorry. I had a sore throat, remember?
What's that got to do with not telling me?
I was in no position to argue. You would have won hands down.
Yeah, well, your voice sounds fine now. I guess Cohen took you to a specialist, huh?
Yeah, it cleared up really quick, too.
Good.
Oh, and guess what? We cut all the rhythm tracks for the album.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
Wait a second, the rhythm track?
Uh-huh.
I thought you went down there to record your voice.
You know, I thought so, too, but then when I got there, Cohen said that he
Oh, boy, yeah. Now I get it. Now I see
Russ,
it.
Stop it. Stop it. Now, Cohen explained. He said that the rhythm tracks have to be very precise. You know, they have to hear how I plan to sing the song, where I want to put the pauses, where I want to put the emphasis. Come here. Come here. Now, come on. Tell me that you think it's great.
I think it's great. It's great. It's great. Okay.
Now, what's that?
Well, I was missing you a lot.
Russ, I love you.
I got you back in the flesh. Don't leave again without telling me, okay?
I won't. That's why I came back.
I'm glad you did.
I wanted to tell you in person.
What'd you want to tell me in person?
Well, I can't help it, Russ. You know, there's more publicity shots. I've got to meet these influential people. There's more recording to do.
What?
Honey, it's going to be a little longer this time.
Well, it looks like it's back to you and me again. You know, if you could talk and if you had a body, we'd make a great couple.
Russ! Russ, look, don't get angry. Please don't get angry. Let's just make the most out of the time that we have.
I am. I am. Yeah, I got a biology test. 10 minutes.
Good morning, Sergeant Brubaker. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
No, just some routine paperwork.
May I sit down?
Yes, of course.
I'm here to apologize for the last time I saw you.
Your mother's house. Look, I'm sorry about the handcuffs. You just left me no choice.
No, I understand. You were just doing your job. I don't know what got into me. I'm really quite ashamed.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, I'm here to make restitution to the legal system and to my sister.
Oh?
Here is positive proof of the perverted human being that tried to kill my niece Lori and her boyfriend several months ago.
Attempted murder is a pretty serious accusation, Ms.
I
Lawson.
know, but it's all on the tape. They're positive proof that he did it.
Who did what?
Norm Elliott, he's a real mental case. You know, he tried to run them off the road, and poor Laurie, I mean, she was nearly paralyzed from the waist down. She had to have delicate surgery to be able to walk
All
again.
right, wait, hold on. Now, when was this accident? Where was the accident?
Right here in Kingsley, about 8 months ago. There was a hit-and-run driver investigation, but they never actually found, not until this, that is.
You mean the confessions on this tape?
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
if he confessed, then why didn't he turn himself in?
Well, he didn't know he was confessing. In fact, he didn't even know it was being taped.
Oh.
He's just such a bragger, and he was trying to impress Miriam, so...
Miriam? Miriam
Yeah.
Mason, Charles
Yeah.
Carpenter's daughter, the one that went to Mrs. Davidson about you?
Oh, well, that's all behind us now. Actually, I'm living with her. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, Norman is a real psychopath. Charles suspected he was involved with this accident a long time ago.
Well, then how come Charles didn't go to the police with his suspicions?
Well, because they were just that, suspicions, and so he didn't really know anything. And besides, he's awfully busy. I mean, the poor guy, he's lost 2 businesses, a case in court. His wife has left him.
Okay,
His poor daughter.
okay, fine. I will listen to the tape. I will check the accident report, and I will get back to you.
Great.
Just one more question. What's in it for you?
Oh, well, there'll be some personal benefits, but the main thing is restitution to the legal system and to my sister.
I haven't eaten this much since I can't remember when. I'll have to diet for a week.
No, don't you dare. I like you just the way you are.
Why, thank you, Mitch. I didn't know you ever noticed.
Well, I'm not much on flattery, but you caught my eye a long while back.
Why didn't you ask me to lunch sooner?
Well, I was afraid you turned me down, I guess.
Nonsense.
No, Cora's been passed down for 7 years now. It's kind of hard to believe. You know, you get in kind of a rut. Work to home and home to work. You see a few friends. It's safe.
But lonely. I know.
You got John.
Sergeant John Brubaker. His father would have been proud.
How long's your husband been gone?
12 years. Junior had just gotten out of the Air Force.
Junior.
Don't let John know I called him that. He was named after his father. We called him Junior until he got to high school.
Oh, Daddy used to call me Sonny.
My father used to call me Mildred Jean.
Those days seem just like yesterday.
I can remember my first day at school so vividly.
Me too. I got a whooping for talking in class.
Called to be a lawyer, even then.
I never thought of it like that. I guess I lost my first case. From a tanned hide to a touch of arthritis. But you know, sometimes I feel just like that boy back there in his first day at school. Mischievous and full of life.
Haven't you heard? Grown men are just little boys in disguise.
And what about ladies?
Little girls sometimes. Funny, I never really feared growing older. Just the bitterness and helplessness so often associated with it.
Bitter, helpless? Oh, now, those are just groundless fears to a lady as kind and vibrant as you are, Millie.
Why, Mitch Dunbar, you're a sweet talker from the word go. And if you keep it up, I'll pick up the check.
Well, all right.
Jenny! Don't play so close to that street! All right, honey, that's better. So, you feeling better after you came home?
I feel fine, honey. I'm just worried about Jill, that's all.
Well, nothing much happened after you left. Oh, that same guy that was there yesterday, he's back, reading more chapters.
You know, Jenny misses Jill.
Yeah, I do too. She's still out there playing fetch with that dog?
You know, when she was first missing, well, anyway, now I miss her too. And Terry's right. I've got to do something to reach her, but what?
Honey, the Lord is going to help us. You got to stop worrying.
I don't know why I'm letting it get to me like this. I keep seeing that expression on her face when we visited her. You know, defiant yet pleading.
Well, you know, I think you're getting to like her a lot more than you realize.
That's funny. Terry said the same thing about Jill this morning, that she cared more for me than I realized.
You know, I've been doing some thinking and some praying about this myself, and well, what I came up with might surprise you.
Well, I'm open to anything at this point.
Okay. Have you ever heard the phrase, familiarity breeds contempt?
Yeah, but how does that apply?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. First of all, you tell me what we were doing 11 years ago. Come on.
Well, let's see. That's about when we first met. We were in college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I fell in love with the flower child in San Francisco.
The one you married?
Yes, the one I married. Remember? I was just back from Nam, and you and I were out trying to answer all the lousy questions to solve the problems in the world. Everything was peace, peace.
I remember. We tried to get the establishment to change to fit into our mold, but we refused to fit into anyone else's.
And you were out there pounding the pavement trying to practice all your social reforms.
Everyone above 30 was the enemy.
Like Jill. Well, her reforms weren't as lofty as ours were, but the temper and the attitude, that's the same.
You're saying that Jill reminds you of me?
Yes, that's why I like her so much.
Familiarity breeds contempt. So I've had trouble accepting Jill because she reminds me of myself, the part that was rebellious and searching?
Yeah. And she has trouble accepting you because you remind her of her mother. You're trying to put her in a mold.
I did it again. I said I'd be more understanding, and I promise I will.
I don't like leaving you, but it goes with the territory, babe.
Well, I don't like it either, but we'll just have to work it out.
How was your test?
I couldn't concentrate. I don't even remember the test.
What?
I had something else on my mind. Remember what you said earlier about spending the time we have?
Russ.
Well, if all you can give me is just one night this week, then let's get started early. Come on.
I'd love to, but I don't have time, honey. I gotta catch a flight in
What?
2 hours. I'm not even finished packing.
2 hours packing? I thought that was laundry.
No, some of the stuff was dirty I wanted to take. I did yours too. It's in the bedroom.
Thank you.
Russ, you didn't really give me a chance to explain the way you stormed out of here.
I just have to catch a later flight, that's all.
I can. I'm cutting it close as it is. David didn't even want me to come at all, but I insisted.
You're gone for days, and then you come back, and we don't have time?
Well, it's partly your fault, the way you walked out on me.
Well, what is it that you and Dave do up there that you gotta be back by nightfall?
We're working. Russ, we're mingling with very influential people.
Becky, I'm trying to be understanding about this, but I want you to understand something. When a man gets married, he gets accustomed to certain pleasures.
Yeah, well, it's not so easy for me either.
Well, you couldn't prove it by me. Publicity, pre-publicity, rehearsals, recordings. What next? Concert tours, European tours? There's no end in sight.
Russ, look, honey, as soon as my career kicks off, I'll be able to spend some weekends here at home.
Oh, wow. A whole weekend with her. Gee, I have something great to look forward to.
Russ, you know it was going to be like this for a while. We talked about it. You can come and visit me. It's not going to be that bad.
It already is. It already is.
Mrs. Davidson.
Jill, how are you?
As well as can be expected. It's better than some jails.
I see.
Just been in a few. One time they took a bunch of us from a concert and put us in jail. And I've been detained a few times, though.
Do you make a habit of shoplifting?
I don't do it for fun, if that's what you mean. I only do it when I need something.
You could have asked the Cummings for money, or me.
I'm a charity case enough already. I have some self-respect,
So you'd rather steal?
They never miss the stuff anyway. Stores are always ripping everybody off every day.
Jill, I didn't come here to preach to you. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah, everyone else is always right, and I'm always wrong. Tell me about it.
I think we all go through periods of feeling like that. But if that attitude persists, then we're in real trouble. Soon our consciences are dulled, and we don't feel guilty for anything we do.
The only thing I did wrong was get adopted by a mother who couldn't afford me.
I didn't know you were adopted.
Now you can pity me even more. I wasn't wanted by my real mother, and the one that got me couldn't afford me and didn't care.
Sounds like you feel sorry enough for yourself.
Just what do you want?
I'm here because I care.
The Cummings care, but not enough to get me out of here.
In your present frame of mind, you'd probably jump bail.
You got that right.
Jill, is this what you want to do with your life? Look, apologize to the store manager for what you did. Maybe he'll drop the charges.
I don't want to apologize. I'm not sorry.
Were you planning to impress Peter with the cosmetics you took?
Don't believe everything you hear.
Jill, the Cummings, Jenny, Peter, and I care about you. But you've got to care about yourself. Your respect for other people's property reflects your own self-respect. Now consider an apology and come back to us.
May I sit here?
Well, it's not exactly as if the place is packed.
I'm Sheila Carter.
My name is
Russ Weaver. Senior, 22, 6'3", and the best tight end Kingsley Lions ever had. Want some French fries?